Check 1-2. The sun is shining, the gates are open, baseball ready to get played as we welcome you inside the ballpark here at Curry Field. Donovan Mace alongside Elliot Wagner, as most often is found, and tonight a heck of a matchup on tap as the visiting Saskatoon Berries make their way down to Regina to take on the Red Sox.
The best team in the entire league coming down to the Queen City will look to perform the same way they have pretty much all season, currently on the tear of the year. An 8-game win streak, currently making the turn into the playoffs. 9-1 their last 10, sitting at a record of 44-7. History potentially on the horizon here in this contest.
Yes, the Red Sox 1 win away from setting a brand new WCBL record for wins in a season. They've won 8 in a row coming in. And on the other side, Regina hoping to spoil history for at least another night or two, as we know Saskatoon will be in town tomorrow night as well.
And both teams coming into this one on pretty exclamation pointed games. Saskatoon beating Weyburn on a walk-off hit by Mason Pirtle, a walk-off RBI single to beat the Beavers 5-4. Meanwhile, the Regina Red Sox down 11-8 came back to win 22-11 last night here to beat the Miller Express and split that home-on-home against Moose Jaw. A crucial series as they make the final turn into the postseason, as this one just as crucial as they'll send up Colton Bank to the mound.
Yes, as you mentioned, we'll get to the Berries lineup in just a moment, but Colton Bank on the mound for Regina, coming in with an 0-1 record, third start of the year, 10th appearance for Bank. 4.71 ERA, he has notched a save, 21 innings pitched. He struck out 20 batters, only has walked 5, has given up 27 hits, so batters hitting 293 off of him. The on base for opponents, 327. Opponents slugging at 473. And Bank has a whip of just over 1.5. Last time out, a losing decision against Lethbridge, where he went 5 2/3. Gave up 5 runs, 4 earned, 10 hits. Struck out 3 batters, but did not walk 1. And our ball game is underway here in Regina. Huck Craig calling the balls and strikes. First pitch called ball out of Colton Bank, with Tyler Murphy over at first and Elmer Jerkovitz at third base tonight. The 3-man crew who will be umpiring our ball game this afternoon. Beautiful night here in the Queen City, and the wind today has switched directions. It's blowing out to that shore porch in right field this evening. 1-1 pitch from Banks, swinging is Balin Sorensen. He's leading things off for Saskatoon. 2 for his last 7. Went 1 for 3 last night with a strikeout. He was also hit by a pitch in that 5-4 win, for Saskatoon over Weyburn. Pitch outside, even the count to 2. Now less than a week from the WCBL playoffs. Saskatoon has the number 1 seed clinched. Medicine Hat the number 2 seed. And down goes Balin Sorensen swinging. First strikeout of the night to the first batter for Colton Bank.
Well worked at bat there from Bank. He's able to hit the zone pretty consistently, force Sorensen to get into protect mode there for a bit. High fastball, that's going to be the strikeout stuff for the lefty, if he wants to get himself a longer evening.
So Balin Sorensen led things off with a strikeout. Mason Rowell, who hit that RBI, game-winning RBI, walk-off single last night against Weyburn. That game in Saskatoon. First pitch swinging here. It's at Zaid Brannigan at second. After a turn, throws over. Quick second out. We'll run through the rest of the lineup. Adam Abiam Medina comes up now. He's batting third with Nathan Houston in the cleanup spot, and at shortstop, Ethan Murdoch bats fifth with Corey Waters, the first baseman for Saskatoon tonight, batting sixth. The catcher, Rudy Gonzalez, bats 7th with Evan Janner and Turner Zadunik rounding out that Barries lineup. As we mentioned, coming into tonight, 8 straight victories. Have not lost back-to-back games all season long. First pitch swinging once again is Medina. That one's in front of the right fielder, Jackson, who kind of bobbles it, and that'll allow Medina to go to second.
Heads up running from Medina, as that was going to be a tough play for Jackson to make. Kind of going towards the corner, tried to field it off the wall, realized that I was going to come a little bit short, so it rolled towards it rather. But kind of looking at this lineup, you know, guys like Carson Beck, guys like Ethan Nard, they might not be on this lineup, but it's still just as dangerous with the likes of Waters and Medina still kind of roaming around there. So Red Sox definitely still have to be careful, and Bank can't be thrown in the zone too liberally.
That brings the shortstop, Nathan Houston, to the plate. Batting cleanup. He's also first pitch swinging, as 3 straight batters now have swung at the first pitch of their at-bat for Saskatoon. One was a ground out, one was a hit, one's a foul ball.
No reason not to if you're the Saskatoon Berries. You're riding high. You're coming off a big walk-off win against a team you probably shouldn't be walking off against, but still, these guys, there's no really cooling these guys down, it seems.
So Bank ahead 0-1. This is a base hit into center field. That's going to bring Medina around to score. And an RBI base hit for Nathan Houston. Saskatoon ahead early with a 1-0 lead.
Aggressive hitting, aggressive base running Medina. It was going to be a tough play at home if Ian Mont, out in center, was able to make an accurate throw. That one just a little offline from Birdie by, but good job from Houston, able to see that ball well, just as he has all year. That'll be RBI number 34 for him this season.
Ethan Murdoch, dangerous hitter. First pitch ball out of Colton Bank. Got the first 2 outs rather quickly, did Bank, but since then has given up 2 straight hits, and the Berries now lead. And the Red Sox already chasing in this ballgame.
Houston, a bit of a steal threat over at first. 16 on the year. 16 for 19. That's second on the team, right behind Janner. Evan Janner.
So the count even at 2-2, 2 outs for Ethan Murdoch. Bank looks over at Houston. This one grounded right at James Wright at first, and the Red Sox do give up a run, but only one. So it's a 1-0 lead for Saskatoon. Red Sox first chance at it tonight, coming up when we return on Flow Sports. Why are we in the 13th inning right now? So, what is going on? Thanks for the help from the Alberta television. I use all the help I can get. Don't forget to grab your program for the merchandise to roll as it replaces baseball bingo presented by
10.
Back inside the ballpark on a Thursday night here in Saskatchewan's capital, Regina, Saskatchewan. Highway 11 rivalry between the Saskatoon Berries and Regina Red Sox. Berries already up 1, and man, it hasn't been much of a rivalry this year. Saskatoon taking 6 of 7 to this point of the year.
And they're sending out their ace tonight. They're looking to make it 7 of 8. The standings might be a bit different between these two teams, but Saskatoon are taking no chances. They're sending up Matt Whitney, the lefty from Plantation, Florida. This is 10th start and 10th appearance of the year, a 6-0 record, and a 3.69 ERA across 48 and 2/3 innings pitched. A wildly impressive 41-9 strikeout to walk ratio. The only ratio I can think that is better is the Berries' record at the moment. His last appearance was an 8-4 win against Swift Current, where he was given the win across 5 innings of work, allowing only 2 earned runs on 2 hits, a walk, and 8 strikeouts.
Zade Brannigan steps in. Right-handed batter will lead things off for Regina. Takes a first pitch strike out of the left hand of Matt Whitney. Brannigan swinging there, but he dribbles that along the third base line and foul. So Brannigan down 0-2 quickly, with the Red Sox already down 1. Pitch here from Whitney, outside, changeup, low and away. Brannigan able to lay off. Brannigan last night 1 for 2 with 3 walks, scored 3 runs, drove in 2 himself, struck out once, also stole a base last night in that 8th inning for Regina. Well, and there's a base hit for Zade Brannigan to lead things off, and the Red Sox looking to make this one a game.
Brannigan, he'd been moved up to the leadoff spot when he really just came into the Red Sox. Clearly, Rypathakos liked his way that he battles back in at-bats. Evidence of that right there in that plate appearance. Earns himself a leadoff knock.
Let's finish that thought. All but one Regina Red Sox scored a run in that 8th inning, including a pinch runner. The only guy who did not score, the number 9 hitter, Jordan Tucker. Man, now the PA announcer got me slipping up. Here's the rest of the look at Regina's lineup this evening. Zade Brannigan already on first base with a single. He leads things off. Justin Simard at the plate now will bat second. Raphael Jackson, the right fielder, bats third. Matthew Fox, who also had 3 walks last night, bats in the cleanup spot with DH Brady Bye batting 5th. Ian Motts, the center fielder, bats 6th. James Wright bats 7th. The catcher Daniel Castellanos and Jordan Tucker in left field, rounding out that Regina lineup against the Berries. Great pitch there out of Matt Whitney. Sets Simard down looking for out number 1.
Off speed right on the outside corner. Nothing that Simard can do about it. Thinks it's curling towards the outside, instead gets a little bit of movement towards the inner side of the plate. And that's why Whitney's statistics have just been kind of off the charts. Now he'll face one of the rare lefty batters in this Red Sox lineup, Raphael Jackson, making his return to the Red Sox lineup.
Yeah, played last night, 3 for 5 effort, including a double, 2 driven in. The Red Sox last night drew 14 walks and saw a total of 217 pitches from Moose Jaw pitchers. The at-bats as a team that the Red Sox were putting together last night were near perfect. Weren't always rewarded with hits or even getting on base. But, man, what a game it was at the plate. As there goes Brannigan. That one well over the head of Jackson, and it's a free stolen base for Brannigan.
And the one concern with such a long game like that, both in the pitch count and the time and how many runs are scored, is if these players are going to have the energy in such an important game, in such a big game, to be able to show up and perform. And the leadoff hit, Raphael Jackson working himself a pretty decent at bat. It's going to give a little bit of optimism to Rapathakos.
1-2 pitch. Jackson swinging, fights it off to stay alive. Breaking ball just was a little under it. Thought the timing was there.
Yeah, Whitney threw that breaking ball earlier in the at-bat, which Jackson didn't even get a piece of, so learning quickly is the lefty.
Jackson 4 for his last 6 over the last week. Takes a great pitch there. Again, Whitney looking to the breaking ball to catch the top of the zone. No avail there, so the count evens at 2.
And now when he puts a little bit higher, recognizes Jackson has already seen that curveball twice in this at-bat. Tries to put it in a different location. Now I'd imagine this is just going to be a fastball towards the outer part.
2-2 pitch. And Kenny swings at that one. Great pitch once again out of Whitney. 2 straight strikeouts following the leadoff hit.
Well, I call it fastball to the outside. This time it goes fastball to the inside of Jackson. Gets just tied up, trying to get a piece of it. And Jackson, a at-bat that many players across the WCBL have faced against Whitney going down swinging.
Whitney only surrendering 9 walks this entire season. Fills up the zone with, we'll call it sneaky good stuff. Just has hitters off balance the entire game. There goes Brannigan. The throw to third, not in time. Second stolen base of the inning as Brannigan has now turned that leadoff single into a triple.
There's just so much speed across this Red Sox lineup, and putting Brannigan at the top of it kind of shows what his talent is. He gets a fantastic secondary lead on the release from Whitney, and beautiful slide in throw. Pretty good from the catcher Gonzalez, just nowhere near in time.
Makes getting that extra 90 feet a little bit easier. Great pitch there out of Whitney. Another off-speed pitch that was tailing away from a right-handed batter, and Fox just unable to hold up. So the count now 2-1. Matthew Fox swinging, hitting. It's grounded over to Roel. Throw in. Oh, they say that Waters was off the bag. And so Fox is safe.
Waters leaning in for that one. It looked like the third baseman, Roel, really took his time throwing it over. I'm not sure if it was how long he took or if it was the fact that throw was a little bit off the bag towards the glove side of the first baseman that forced him off. That's what they say. And that's going to tie this ball game.
Yes, you just mentioned it. Even more important on that play is Brannigan comes across to score, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Brings Brady by in. By last night 3 for 5, and he's 11 for his last 33 in his last 9 games. Of course, the Red Sox with all those double headers is, oh man, he was way off balance there, swinging at that off-speed pitch in the dirt. With all those double headers, the Red Sox have played 9 games over the last 7 days. There goes the runner, but down goes Brady by. After the RBI, we'll call it a base hit by Matthew Fox. By goes down on 3 straight pitches for the strikeout. And there was 3 strikeouts for Whitney in that inning, but the Red Sox tie the game. 1-1, top of 2, coming up here at Curry Field.
The live sports experience is changing. teams and facilities are under pressure to provide online and in-venue entertainment, IKS Live has the right team to deliver. We provide service across North America and produce the best fan experience, in the seats or streaming to you. IKS Live continues to bring you the best seat in the house.
I could see it. It's fine. Sorry. Sorry, panicking.
Oh, okay. Since when we play the ads on here, they can hear our voices.
Okay, well, that's good. Beautiful night here in the Queen City. Regina, Saskatchewan, Saskatoon Berries, Regina Red Sox. Last night we had just over 1,000 fans here at Curry Field with Moose Jaw in town. I'm going to go out on a limb and say we have more than that number tonight.
Well, first place ball club in town, but also a very important time in the WCBL season. A lot of momentum, a lot of hype surrounding the Regina Red Sox. They turn into a postseason which they look to become somewhat of a dark horse and make a bit of a run, something they've been looking to do for the past couple of years now.
The Red Sox can clinch the number 3 seed in the East Division by beating Saskatoon tonight, and if Moose Jaw loses to the Weyburn Beavers. Great pitch out of the bank. Strike one called to even the count. Corey Waters is at the plate. Rudy Gonzalez is on deck, and Evan Janner, the 3-man do-up for Saskatoon. Top of the second, 1-1 ball game. Castellanos gives the sign. Great pitch once again out of Colton Bank. Bank,
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
The Regina kid. One-two pitch now to Corey Waters. Fouls it off. The wind blowing almost across the field from the Berries dugout to the Red Sox dugout. At times it blows out to right field, which we know here at Curry Field, only 309 to right. But it also feels like it's blowing in slightly. Broken bat, chopper, Matthew Fox brings it in. Throw over is in time for out number 1 here in the top of the second.
That was a weird one for Fox. Not coming in towards the ball as he realized that one was a bit of a slower roller. But a point I was going to make about the Red Sox schedule is they have to play Saskatoon 3 times, including tonight. They'll play them tomorrow and then on Saturday in Canes Park before facing off against Weyburn and Moose Jaw at home to end the year. So some winnable games in there and some games that they need to win.
So we know Saskatoon is the 1 seed. Medicine Hat is the 2 seed. Just still trying to figure out which team will play who in the first round of the playoffs. Saskatoon will play the 4 seed. Medicine Hat the 3 seed. Either way, you're getting a really good series in that first round. Gonzalez in. Did not play yesterday. As he grounds this one to the second baseman. Brannigan picks it up. Great throw for out number 2. And that gives us a chance to look at the defensive alignment for Regina. James Wright is over at first base. Aid Brannigan at second. Justin Samard, not usually at third base, but he's there tonight with Matthew Fox at short. Jordan Tucker, Ian Motts, Raphael Jackson, the Red Sox outfield. And then Daniel Castellanos behind the plate, giving the signs to Colton Bank on the mound. And here we see Bank again, getting the first 2 outs of the inning. Is laying down a bunt is Janner, but it was not fast enough as Castellanos throws them out at first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Score remains tied. Red Sox coming to bat.
Distributor here, one of the biggest in the area, and I would say that we overserve and we just love to provide solutions for our customers.
Well, that's fantastic. How about this Red Sox game? What do you think the score is going to be tonight, Jonathan?
Well, being that I'm a total big sports guy and all, I think they're probably going to be, I don't know, Red Sox are going to be up 3 over the bad guys, right?
Okay. Like a real sports guy, a big sports fan, yeah. Listen for his sports reports tomorrow morning. How about a Go Sox Go? Can you do that one? Go Sox Go! Beautiful. Big round of applause for Eco Electric.
Are we hiring Daryl?
You saw Correa's going back to the Astros.
Matt Whitney warming up on the mound as we're here in the bottom of the second, and in the bottom half of the first inning for Regina. Whitney giving up 2 hits, struck out 3, faced 5 batters, and that was the inning.
Yeah, for Whitney, he performed pretty well. A kind of a fluke base hit he gave up, that 2 stolen bases well put the leadoff man, Zay Brannigan, over to third, and then a lackadaisical, we'll call it, throw over from third baseman Rowell to first allowed Matthew Fox to what's now being put down as an RBI base hit to tie this one up at 1.
Brings Ian Motts to the plate. Motts taking a first pitch strike, the lefty. Motts 2 for 4 yesterday, 3 runs he plated. He also walked twice. That pitch from Whitney looked like a little bit of a 2-seamer or sinker with some arm side run on the outer half. Just didn't break enough, and it's a ball. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike number 2.
A beautiful slider from Whitney, who does have some experience against the Red Sox. He has 2 pitching appearances against them. One was on the 31st, an 8-3 win, going 6 2/3, where he was given the win. Another was a 4-6 loss, where he was given a no decision, where he went 6 innings, allowing 2 runs on 10 hits, striking out 3 and walking 1.
And another strikeout for Matt Whitney. The 11th strikeout Whitney has had against the Red Sox this year. And he's given up 16 hits in 52 batters faced coming in against Regina in those 2 games, as you were mentioning. James Wright steps in, takes a first pitch strike. Wright, last night's player of the game, going 2 for 5 with a triple, drove in 5 runs. And that triple in the 8th brought across the game-winning run for Regina. I believe it's a 3-run RBI triple. Fouls this one back. If my memory serves me correctly, which it doesn't always.
I mean, in a game where everyone really got their chance, it really felt like James Wright took advantage of that. A really good 8th inning among the rest of the Red Sox lineup, as you mentioned earlier.
Correct my error as he had the 2-run RBI triple. That was his second plate appearance of the inning. He had the game-winning RBI on a 2 RBI single earlier that inning. The Red Sox brought 16 batters to the plate that inning. But he grounds to the shortstop, Houston, who makes the play. First out that's not a strikeout for Matt Whitney.
Feels like a weird thing to say an inning and 2/3 of the way through, but when it comes to Whitney on the mound, and really this whole this whole Barry's rotation, that's just the way the start of these games really go. It's hard to get balls in play. It's hard to get any kind of contact, and you take advantage of the ones you get, which is why I absolutely agree with the 2 stolen bases that Brannigan was called to take. They'll look to replicate that success with 2 outs.
Number 8 hitter, Daniel Castellanos, first pitch swinging. That one's a base hit into right center. Little 2-out rally, hopefully, for the Sox.
Whitney throwing the breaking ball to start the at-bat. The slider trying to go across Castellanos. He ends up getting a piece of that one and sends it into center.
And as Evan Jenner throws that in, we take a look at the Berries' defensive alignment. Corey Waters over at first with Abian Medina at second. Mason Rowell is at third. And Nathan Houston, the shortstop, with Turner Zadunik, Evan Janner, and Ethan Murdoch, the outfield for Saskatoon. Rudy Gonzalez is behind the plate, giving the signs to the pitcher, Matt Whitney. And Tucker down quickly, 0-2. Every Regina Red Sox in the lineup did have a hit last night where they had 14 of them, scoring 20 runs. As this one's hit high into left field. Going back on it is Zadunik. He's tracking it, though, in front of the warning track. Makes the grab. Maybe a little too much launch angle for Jordan Tucker for the 3rd out in the inning. Score remains 1-1 as we head to the top half. Berries will look to get back out in front when we come back.
Looks like it's for a youngster or maybe an adult with very small hands. It's brown in color. If you're missing it, Rawlings, it's got some autographs on it. Come see me. I've got it over here. Child of the third is brought to you by Wilson Coolers. Celebrates 20 years as a proud domestic supplier of Regina Red Sox.
Already through 2 full here at Curry Field. Ball game tied at 1, and Colton Bank has been working quite efficiently. He's given up only 2 hits. Otherwise, he's getting the defense involved. It's just 22 pitches thrown in the ball game to this point. What have you noticed out of the lefty for Regina?
Well, it looks like he is trying to go the long haul here tonight. His longest game he's gone is 5 2/3. That was his last appearance in that 5-4 loss against Lethbridge. Otherwise, if you kind of look throughout his season, it's 1-inning games, 3-inning games, 1-inning games. So Bank kind of looking to prove himself as maybe a longer reliever if things go awry come the postseason. That's what a lot of these games are going to be for these players, maybe coming off the bench, maybe getting opportunities in different parts of the lineup or different positions that they didn't get throughout the other 52 games.
The Berries will turn the lineup over. It begins with Turner Zadunik, the number 9 hitter. Check swing, called a ball. He did not go around, says Elmer Jerkovich. Leadoff hitter Balin Sorensen is on deck, and Mason Roel to do up.
It also feels like Bank much more the foil to Matt Whitney. Whitney, obviously, only 1 out recorded, 2 outs now recorded by the help of his defense, while for Bank, every out but 1 has been recorded on a ground ball.
It's one thing I have noticed out of Colton Bank, maybe a pitch to contact guy, but he doesn't give up the hard stuff. Now, we've seen 2 pretty decent hits out of Saskatoon, but over the grand scheme of a game, he's going to induce a lot of soft contact to the infielders, maybe the odd fly ball, but that's just his kind of style of pitching. Down 2-1 here. Slider outside for ball number 3.
And as we kind of turn this lineup over, you can definitely expect to see a lot more contact from these Saskatoon hitters. They're just that talented, as we see Bank trying to pitch away a little bit more from Zadunik, trying to throw those sliders across him.
Zadunik just 1 for his last 8, takes a strike in there. On-base percentage is .222 over his last 3 games, slugging at 125. That's a base hit into right field as it loops in front of Raphael Jackson. And a swing like that can get anybody off a little bit of a slump.
Almost a little bit late as he's able to pull that one into right. But he's able to get decent contact on. As you said, a bit of a blooper. The velocity of Bank isn't going to really throw you off. It's not going to get too much speed coming off the bat, as we see on that base hit. But now the Berries, they'll take anything they can get and chip away at this 1-1 game.
Brings Balin Sorensen back up to the plate. Struck out to lead off the ball game. Sorensen in 7 games against the Red Sox, 8 for 25, including 4 doubles. The on-base percentage over 400. He's been dangerous against Regina this season. This one in the dirt. Ball number 2 as Colton Bank looks to find the release point.
Worth noting, Bank did pitch 1 time against the Saskatoon Berries. That was back on the 24th of June in a 10-4 loss. He went an inning putting zeros across the board in 3 batters faced.
Well, and at the same time, we haven't seen Saskatoon in a really long time as Sorensen pops this one out of play. Into the tree branches, and the catch off the tree. And the fan getting a little bit of a round of applause. So Saskatoon has not played in Regina since July 6th. A game which they won 7-5, as this one also popped out of play. And Bank back into the at-bat, even. The count at 2-2. Just 3 innings into this ball game. This one fouled back. That one looked like it, it sounded like it broke, and that seems to have been the case as Balin Sorensen's going to go grab a new piece of lumber. Just the 3rd inning, but it's the first time Saskatoon has the leadoff runner on. Banks so far working out of the stretch. He's only had to do it for a couple batters, but looks comfortable. Looks over. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Ball's in the dirt, and Castellanos unable to get a grip on the ball to be able to throw it over Zadunic's stolen base.
Well, as Castellanos was going to go try and block that ball, he recognized the runner was coming. Looked like he was just trying to bounce it up into his glove. Instead, it goes off the chest protector and in front of him, so Zadunik the easily stolen base.
Pitch there, fouled back by Balin Sorensen. So the count remains full.
And Zadunik, another one of these guys who has played a decent amount of games, 22 across the year, but looking to make kind of a last impression here with the final bit of the regular season to the Saskatoon Berries coaching staff. You know, pinch runners, pinch hitters, they can be very important come playoff time, and Zadunik trying to prove he can be an impact one of those.
Ball is in there, called a strike on the slider, just caught the low and inside corner. And Balin Sorensen goes down looking.
Well, a good slider towards the inside of Sorensen. He thought that one was going to miss just a little bit towards the inside, and instead here we have ourselves one out.
First pitch swinging as Samard able to pick that one. And called out at first is Mason Roel. What a play by Justin Samard at the hot corner.
Well, hot hit ball to the hot corner, as realizing that that ball was coming in on the hop, Samard goes down, but goes down towards his back. Actually almost sits down and leans towards his back and fields the ball cleanly. Not even dropping out, he has to get up, makes the throw over well in time. Good pick as well over by Wright at first. That one a little bit in front of him. Holding the runner at second, and the Red Sox defense come out to play.
And now Bank just one pitch away from getting out of this little bit of a jam. Runner in scoring position. But since the stolen base by Zadunik, the Berries batters unable to move him any further than that to this point of the inning. 1-0 pitch to Abia Medina. This one's hard hit into right center. That's going to carry all the way to the wall, bounce off of it around third, and coming across to score is Zadunik. And holding up at second for the RBI double is Abia Medina. Second hit of the evening already.
Yeah, if he wasn't manager, he would have had to be an umpire, and he chose the right profession.
So we get things re-going here. There goes the runner. Throw to third is in time. No. Elmer Jurkovic says he was safe. From up here, it was very close. It was an absolute strike thrown by Castellanos. It looked to be in time as Samar just unable to make the tag and complete it.
Well, I think Medina got a pretty good jump on it initially, and the third baseman Samar off the bag, play the shift. Looked like that left hand from Medina might have gotten in there in time, and that's the ruling.
So it's a 2-2 count, 2 outs, now a runner on third. This one grounded to Matthew Fox, but he boots it off the palm of the glove. And the E6 will allow the Berries to bring another one across the board and double their lead to 2.
Well, any kind of objection they might have had on the stolen base is completely erased after Fox. Looked like it was going to be a pretty routine play, not necessarily a slow roller over to short, but Fox, that's a play he's made pretty much all year. Has to pirouette to make it, and the batter Houston beats it out by a good couple of steps. Now there's another running threat on the base pass.
Also means Nathan Houston not credited with the RBI, as that run would not have scored if Fox made the play. So Ethan Murdoch in, grounded out to the first baseman, as there goes the runner again. Saskatoon being aggressive on the base paths early in this ball game.
Third stolen base, yes, that's correct, of the game so far for Saskatoon. And when Houston's on the paths, it's pretty much guaranteed he's going, as he gets bag number 17 of 2025.
So now Bag looks back. Pitch to Murdoch, also in the dirt. Another good block by Castellanos. Is again in this game, Regina chasing. But it's also not something Saskatoon has done much this year. It seems they've been out front early in ball games and they just stay there. That's been the key to their success. This one hit high and hard into left field. Going back on it is Tucker. It's going to hang up there and drop on the warning track. And Tucker makes the grab for out number 3. Damage done as the Berries bring 2 across, regain the lead. It's 3-1. We head to the bottom of the third when we come back on Flow Sports.
Well, Cody's getting ready to do the bingo numbers. Called so far are 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 15, 17, 18. You get a blackout tonight, presented by Unifor Local 5 down. Both with a prize package by running to the PAU. Look at that Cody in a little bit.
Top of the order upcoming for the Regina Red Sox, as we're through the order one time already here in Regina. Just the bottom of the third inning, and Zaid Brannigan, who led off the first with a base hit, will lead things off here in the third. Just a 3-1 ball game and lots of time for the Red Sox to stay in this one.
And now going another way through the lineup are the Red Sox. leading off with a pretty hot batter in Brannigan. Still lots of damage that can be done on a pitcher they know is no longer invincible.
So for Brannigan, you mentioned the hot bat. The best batter over the last 7 days in his last 9 games, a .393 hitter. And that includes 5 extra base hits. And he's got another hit here. Oh, no, is lined into the glove of Ethan Murdoch, who slides to make the grab, out number 1. And hard hit by Brannigan, just unlucky.
That's great speed coming off the bat from Brannigan, but just really well read from Murdoch. Realizes that he has to come in and has to make the sliding grab. Times it beautifully, does the right fielder. And this one go.
So after what looked to be a base hit, just hit a little too hard. So he gets out to the right fielder. So Justin Smart comes in with 1 out, and this one off the end of the bat to Waters. He'll underhand it to Whitney to finish the out.
So as we see 4 strikeouts the first way through the lineup, we see 2 quick outs courtesy of the defense. Seems to be the way Whitney goes throughout his outings.
Seems the hardest Whitney had to work was in the first inning of this ball game, and since then Regina hasn't really been able to do much off of him, just the 1 hit. Raphael Jackson in. Left-handed bat. Struck out. First plate appearance. Great pitch there by Whitney. We see that sinker with a lot of movement on the arm side, coming back over the plate. This one's hit towards the second baseman. Medina makes the grab. Easy off a couple hops. Throws over, and the play is in time. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Regina. They go down. They stay down. 3-1. Through a third of this ball game here at Curry Field. We'll be right back.
For more than 25 years, we've been there, helping Canadians find the extra space they need to grow and to create new memories. Access Storage. Buy Canadian, store Canadian.
Through a third here at Curry Field in Regina, Saskatchewan. A little bit of a delay on field with the in-game entertainment, so we'll take a quick second to remind you all that thank you, of course, to our friends at IKS Media and FloCollege Baseball for collaborating to make this broadcast possible. And if you're looking for the highlights of this game or any game in the WCBL, head to the Western Canadian Baseball League on YouTube. You can catch highlights the next day, or rewatch full games on demand on that YouTube page as well. They're usually posted about 2 days after the completion of the game. So thanks again to IKS Media, FloCollege Baseball for the broadcast. Elliot Wagner alongside me, Donovan Mace here. Western Canadian baseball. Coming to the end of the season. Less than a week away from the playoffs. Just as quickly as it seems the season started. We're right at the end of it already.
And I mean, there's a lot of storylines coming into this final stretch. Obviously, Saskatoon looking to claim history tonight, still on their super big win streak. Got a lot of guys getting hot across the East. But if I can for a second, I'd like to talk about the Western Conference. They have been pure entertainment across this final stretch. The top three currently fighting for those 3 spots and the best seeding they can get. Meanwhile, the bottom 3 fighting for that last place spot between Fort McMurray, Brooks, and Energy City. Still really anyone's race between those 3 teams.
Pitch there, also in the dirt. Moves the count to 3-1 for Corey Waters.
Kind of continuing on that thought, Fort McMurray are still fighting to confirm a playoff spot. Currently sitting 4th. However, they do have 2 games that have yet to be.
Waters pops this one into right field. Going back on it is Jackson, just left of the foul line over there in right, makes the grab. As Corey Waters, who has the 6th best average in the league, 0 for 2 tonight. Rudy Gonzalez back up to the plate, 0 for 1 after grounding out. Gonzalez against these Red Sox this year, just 1 for 3. Sorry, 0 for 3 in 1 game played. This one popped way into the air, chasing after it the second baseman, Brannigan. But Jackson will call everybody off and make the grab for out number 2.
Looks like there might have been a little bit of trouble there on that fly ball, a little Bermuda Triangle forming between second, first, and right, but they're able to get their communication down.
So if you're looking at the West Canadian Baseball League standings right now on the website and you're saying, well, Saskatoon only has 43 wins, how can they break the record tonight? There is a game which has not been recorded. So Saskatoon was in Swift Current on Friday night, and unfortunately Point Streak had some issues, and so the teams were to go input the games after the fact. Swift Current is yet to do that, so Saskatoon is at 44 wins. They tied the league record, which Sylvan Lake set last season, with 44 wins last night with that walk-off fashion win. Tonight with a chance to break it and set a brand new one. 45 wins would set a new record, and they're well on their way to do that right now. 3-1 lead for the Berries. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th when we come back.
That camera guy that was walking around, is that with you guys?
Yeah, I told them to come, so if they break their record tonight, then we have something for... Then we have something for Daryl and his morning show. Probably write something for Webb and have it get posted in the morning. And then also, I'll be doing a playoff preview probably Tuesday anyway, so... get some video. And
how do you decide what you write about? Does anyone tell you, or you just...
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like I have an editor who assigns. They're called an assignment editor. So kind of like, hey, you're going here, but you know, kind of everybody has like the things that everybody's kind of good at or wants to do. So like I get sent to riders every day, and then from there I get to decide like, hey, what I think is the story for that day or whatever. Red Sox still down 3-1 here as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Curry Field. Matthew Fox will lead things off. He just made the defensive play in the shortstop hole to end the last inning. 1 for 1 with a single, which drove in Regina's lone run so far tonight. Matthew Fox probably has been the best Regina bat this season.
Yeah, what a good time for him to get hot for both him and his team.
This one's hit hard, but pulled down the foul line into the Berries bullpen. Matthew Fox has also been very good against these Saskatoon Berries. 13 for 29 in 7 games. That's a .450 average. That includes 2 extra base hits. This one lined hard down the line, and there go the kids chasing after the ball. 500 on base, 500 slug, 1,000 OPS for Matthew Fox against Saskatoon this season. Has struck out just 4 times. It's been a tough out. This one, going back on it, is the right fielder Murdoch, who's able to make the grab just in front of the warning track. That's a tough play ranging back like that.
I mean, just as you were talking about how Fox was a difficult out, there's a difficult out right there, the pop out to right. Murdoch, again, a great play, kind of rolling it back as he reads it towards the wall. It was pretty well hit and got a lot under it than Fox. So Murdoch definitely had to keep his eye on it and get a beat on it before he made.
And it just makes you, sorry for cutting you off at the end there, but it just makes you wonder if Murdoch, not being a regular out in the Curry Field right field, as he started going back, he's trying to track the ball, but he knows that that short porch wall is looming back there. And as Brady Bye continues to be a little bit off balance tonight, something about Whitney and his delivery or his pitches says Brady Bye really confused up there.
Well, I think it's him. I think it's all these lefty batters of the Red Sox. I think it's also Jackson and Montz. They have just not been able to get a read with these sliders going across their body.
Pitch there. Down goes Bye, and Gonzalez will tag him out to complete the strikeout. Second time Brady Bye has gone down on strikes, swinging at an off-speed pitch in the dirt tonight.
I'd expect really that same approach, those sliders towards the bottom corner to the lefty batters here to Montz. Really no reason to change it. Only thing you can't do is let it hang over the plate. You can let it go to the dirt, but you cannot let it hang in the middle of the zone to these lefties.
And after giving up 2 hits in the first and 1 hit in the second, 6 straight Red Sox have been set down. As it really seems Matt Whitney has really settled into this ball game, and he's found his stuff, and now he's dealing. And Montz is down 0-2. Fouled off as he stays alive. This was something Ian Montz was able to do last night. Would get down in the count with 2 strikes and then just work a really good at bat. Had a couple at bats where he saw 8 or more pitches last night. But the struggle bus continues for the Regina Red Sox as down goes Ian Montz swinging. Second straight 1-2-3 inning. 7 straight Sox have been set down without getting on base as Matt Whitney shows off why he's the ace. It's a 3-1 ball game. We head to the top of the 5th. Berries coming to bat, looking to extend the lead when we come back after the break.
got 5 seconds to name, before you start the clock, okay? 3 kinds of tools, and don't say Cody, okay? Don't say the clock.
Wrench, screwdriver, and hammer.
Whoa! And what was that, like 3 seconds? 3 seconds, okay, smarty pants. We got another one here then. In 5 seconds, name 3 Major League Baseball teams.
Blue Jays, LA Dodgers, Red Sox.
Whoa! You got it! With 1 second remaining, you had us on the edge of our seats, Dana. We didn't know which way that was going to go. But how about a Go Red Sox go from you?
Go Red Sox, go.
Oh, that doesn't sound very exciting. That's a bit of a letdown after that exciting match of 5-second rule. You can do better.
Go Red Sox, go.
It's a little bit better. Way to go. Thank you so much. We got a nice little prize back here for Regina Red Sox. Time for this inning is brought to you by Microwave. Chicago Marker, your Regina Red Sox. Cybersecurity incidents can happen quickly. Educators have to protect your company solutions with Microwave. Contact Microwave today. That's Microwave. Microwave. Microwave.
Back inside Curry Field, Barry's coming back to bat. Up with a 3-1 lead. Looking to extend. And they will bring the 9-1-2 hitters back to the plate.
And before that, we'll take a quick look across the WCBL on the out-of-town scoreboard. Earlier on this evening, we had Okotoks defeating the Energy City Cactus Rats 9-0 as the Cactus Rats' playoff hopes fade a little bit more into oblivion. Lethbridge Bulls and Sylvan Lake Gulls tied at 2 in the top of the third. Mavericks currently beating the Swift Current 57s 2-1 top of the fourth. The Brooks Bombers and Fort McMurray Giants have themselves in a 2-1 ball game in favor of Fort McMurray, bottom third. And the Weyburn Beavers currently on upset watch here as they are up 6-1 top third against the Moose Jaw Miller Express.
Red Sox going to be watching that game closely. Again, a Moose Jaw Miller Express loss and a Red Sox win means Medicine Hat will host Regina on Tuesday night in the first round. Saskatoon will host Moose Jaw, but still a few innings away from deciding that as Zadunik pops this one into left field and Tucker gets under it for out number 1.
And that win-lose, if Moose Jaw loses and Regina wins, that also applies for tomorrow. So if Moose Jaw lose today and Regina are able to pull off the upset tomorrow against Saskatoon, then they will still clinch. A lot of situations, and they go in favor of the Regina side.
Now, even if Regina loses and Moose Jaw loses both of their games, then that would be the same result.
And if we're still locked up, they'll play each other on Saturday.
Yes. I believe Moose Jaw and Regina still play each other twice this season.
Correction, that's the Monday.
Oh,
They
yeah,
play each other.
Saskatoon. They're in Saskatoon on Saturday, then Weyburn here on Sunday.
And then here to the Miller Express Monday, August 4th, which could be a pretty important game on who faces who. And not to put down the Medicine Hat Mavericks, but I don't think anyone wants to face the Saskatoon Berries at all in the postseason.
And, man, if you're looking for something to do on Monday night, that game between the Moose Jaw Miller Express and the Regina Red Sox, it'll be the 8th game of the Highway 1 clash. Now, Moose Jaw has clinched the series. And the Highway 1 clash trophy. But that game, I'm not usually a betting man, but given the situation, last game of the regular season, the standings by then should be locked up. It may be the last time Regina and Moose Jaw face off against each other. And there's always fireworks, I'll say that. Even last night when Moose Jaw was here, things were starting to get a little spicy. Not between the players per se, but the fans were definitely vocal.
I mean, when you play baseball for 4 hours in one game, there's a lot of stuff that can happen.
Well, I think, too, the fans were just getting restless. They just wanted the game to be done. It's 31 runs, so you expect the game to take a little bit longer, yes. But 8 mound visits and 7 pitching changes and an ejected fielder. All of those things combining for a little bit of an interesting night last night. So that one check swing fouled back by Mason Roel. Roel 0 for 2 tonight after playing the hero last night for Saskatoon. I would call Roel the player of the game from last night. 3 for 5, a home run, 3 runs driven in, including the game-winning home run on a walk-off base hit, to tie a league record in the WCBL for wins in the season. That one low and inside as Colton Banks struggling to find the strike zone here in this inning. 5-pitch walk to Sorensen.
And Roel, he's been one of the more hotter batters for the Berries outside of Carson Beck and Ethan Murdoch, batting .440 in his last 5, a home run, 8 RBIs, and 11 base hits, including 3 for extra bases.
Spank looks Sorensen back to first on the pickoff attempt. And it's interesting how Saskatoon has got to this point of the season. 44 wins. They have not lost back-to-back games. Their hardest stretch was a road trip through Okotoks and Lethbridge where they lost 2 games in 4 days. Other than that, their run includes an 11-game win streak as their longest, as that one is booted again by Matthew Fox, his second error of the evening.
And this one maybe even a little bit worse. He had a chance for 2 on this. Coming in towards the mound. Took a quick bounce glove side for him, so he had to adjust his left hand a little bit, but still that's pretty inexcusable from a usually reliable shortstop.
Stephen Butt's now going to come out and have a conversation with Colton Bank, as Bank has been thrust into some difficult situations all night long. In the second and fourth innings, he got through them 1, 2, 3, but when runners are getting on base, they're really making him work.
I'm sure the consideration among the Regina coaching staff is kind of that bullpen and how much of it you want to throw off for these next couple games against a tough Saskatoon side, with that important Moose Jaw game looming, with a very winnable Weyburn game on the horizon, even though they've been kind of catching fire to end the year. And, you know, playoffs start on August 6th. That'll be the first game. Red Sox final game is on the 3rd. And it's very likely that that game will be on the road to start the postseason. So very quick turnaround. Not a lot of rest for your arms coming out of right field.
Abia Medina, 2 for 2, 2 runs scored. The Berries, to this point in the game, 7th plate appearance, or rather at bat, with a runner in scoring position is this one. They're 2 for 6 tonight already, runners in scoring position. Last night, they were just 2 for 11, a 181 average, and they had 4 strikeouts with at-bats in scoring position. As this one, Medina hits this one lined into right. Jackson makes the grab on a jump. Advancing over to third is Sorensen. And holding at first is Roel. Now runners on the corners with 2 outs. That was kind of hard hit by Medina, who's been hitting the ball well tonight.
Yeah, very hard hit. I almost thought that one was kind of a liner into right. That would have held the runner over at second. Instead, they send Sorensen into third. A very aggressive call from the base running coaches, and works out to success. The throw coming in off a couple of hops, missing the cutoff man, and now there's runners on the corners. Expect the man at first to steal.
Nathan Houston fouls that one. Foul tipped into the glove. Houston has reached both plate appearances, but he's 1 for 2. As last time up, he grounded to Matthew Fox, but Fox committed the error, allowing Houston to reach. Then Houston stole the base, but he didn't get any further than second. This one dribbled down the line, foul. Bank already up past the 70 pitch mark in just 4 2/3 innings. Looking to get out of this jam. Runners on the corners. It's Sorensen at third, Roel at first, as this one gets well away, and Sorensen's going to come across on the wild pitch.
I think Castellanos got out of his stance a little bit early, so he wasn't able to get his full body in front of that inside pitch. Looked like he was going to try to get the throw done anyway. It would have been a tough throw back if the runner at third was to go, and now it's a 4-1 game.
So the lead increases again, was 2, now 3, and there's still a runner in scoring position. Counts 1 and 2, but down goes Nathan Houston on strikes, swinging at that one. The Berries put another digit up on the board. It becomes 4-1 as we cross the halfway mark here at Curry Field. Red Sox hoping to keep it close when we come back the latter half on Flow Sports. Halfway through this ball game here in Regina, Saskatchewan, the Red Sox hosting the Saskatoon Berries. 8th game of the year between these two teams. And just 2 more remaining after this one. Saskatoon will be back here tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Of course, you can watch that one right here on Flow Sports or come down to the ballpark, catch it live. This one dribbled just over the first base bag is James Wright. Cue ball down the line, just stayed fair.
Yeah, he didn't even get his bat out of his hand. That one just rolled, as you said, right down the line, maybe a couple inches towards the fair side, and took a bounce off the bag. No problem for Waters over at first.
So a quick first out. These two teams will then play again on Saturday up at Cairns Field. And that will be the completion of the matchups between these two teams. Saskatoon has already clinched the season series, as they have with every team in the WCBL. That's probably the worst pitch we've seen out of Matt Whitney tonight, as that one was well outside. He's been pitching a gem.
Yeah, he said that's the worst pitch, but in the bottom of the 5th, I think the Berries coaching staff will absolutely take that. Only 1 run allowed, struck out a ton. He can go another 2 or 3 should the situation present itself.
Count out 1 and 2 to Daniel Castellanos. Castellanos 1 for 2, one of just 3 Red Sox with a hit through the first 4. Castellanos did not play last night, but back on July 29th at Moose Jaw went 0 for 3 with a walk. Just 4 for his last 22 in his last 7 games as Castellanos has drawn 3 walks, so the on-base percentage at .280, slugging just .182. As he kind of came onto the scene, joining the Sox, came out firing. But over his last week or so, just probably not to the level that he would like to play.
Only 4 base hits and 22 at-bats, as you said. We'll see where he kind of ranks among that catching depth chart.
Takes a good pitch there, lays off of it to fill the count. 3 and 2 now. We mentioned Colton Bank up near 75 pitches. Matt Whitney just at 56, working much more efficiently. This one's hit high and hard into left field. Going back, it's up, and it's gone. A home run for Daniel Castellanos. Draws the Red Sox within 2. It's now 4-2.
Well, we were saying how he was struggling recently, and that can make all your worries go away. Castellanos gets a beautiful hold of this one. That's going to be his first home run of the season, RBI number 4 as well. That's really well hit, gets under it perfectly. The bat speed, the timing, all really well done from the catcher, and that could just be what he needs to turn this game around.
Gonzalez 2 for 2 on the night now with a single and a home run. And man, that at bat that he just worked as well, had 2 strikes on him, got it to full, and then found the pitch that he wanted, and made no mistake.
Yeah, it was a breaking ball again. That slider trying to work it, this time to the righty Castellanos. Tried to go across. It started off a little high and didn't break as much as Whitney would have liked it to.
This one hit hard into center. Going back on it for the Berries is Janner, and he's able to make that grab to get rid of Tucker for out number 2. Now, not only is that Castellanos' first home run with the Red Sox this season, that's his first of 2025. He did not hit a home run with the West Texas A&M Buffaloes this past season.
That's got to mean a lot to him. Now there's a little bit more morale kind of in the head and in the stride of the young catcher.
And now he had 5 hits. 2 of those were for doubles. So I was going to say had just 2 extra base hits. But in 16 games, small sample size, he had just 20 at-bats with the Buffs. Leadoff hitter Zade Brannigan back in. He's taken 2 straight balls to go in ahead in the count 2-0. Also feels like it's been a while since we've seen a home run at Curry Field here.
It was weird. That one went to left when the wind and
it's
the
blowing in
shorter
from there.
wall. Yeah, when the wall in right is usually where all those balls have kind of gone over in mid-season. We saw a lot of that from Brady Buys. Saw some of that from Raphael Jackson Searing as well.
3-0 count out to Brannigan. Brannigan already 1 for 2. Takes a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs here. The Red Sox looking for a little bit of a slight rally, tying run at the plate. You don't want to give up situations here where you can stay close in ball games against this Saskatoon team.
And when you get Whitney kind of not on the ropes, but certainly backing up towards them as he calls in his catcher Gonzalez just for a quick conversation, you have to take advantage of this Runner Brannigan, he's quick. I'd imagine that Red Sox would love to run him should the situation arise. With a hitter like Samard who knows how to get in the gap when he needs to.
So Brannigan, who just drew the walk, he had a leadoff single for the Red Sox in the first. That was the lone run until the home run, and that home run is also the first time the Sox have had somebody get past second base since they scored that run in the very first inning. Justin Samard with a swing at that sinker low and away for strike number 1. Great take there by the third baseman. I've also seen the defensive prowess of Samard tonight. He made that great grab at third. Diving play on a ground out to throw out Mason Rowell. As they say, Samard went around there for strike number 2. Samard is 5 for 10 in 3 games against Saskatoon. And down goes Samard to end the inning, but the big fly by Daniel Castellanos, a solo home run, draws Regina back within 2. It's 4-2 as we head to the top of the 6th. Berries to bat here on Flow Sports when we come back. Right.
I think we're going to need that one more time. Can we crank it just a little bit more? Now, I don't know if you have a hint, but do you think you know a trend? Give Carlo the first shot.
Come on. Back to the future. Johnny be good. No. Top of the 6th inning here, the Red Sox finally get back on the scoreboard for the first time since the last half, with a big fly by Daniel Castellanos. And now Colton Bank looking for a shutdown inning to keep the lead at 2.
The offense looked like it was dead for a couple innings there. A little bit of a resuscitation from the catcher. Now Colton Bank, he'll need to lock in for at least another inning before he can be rest assured his effort is not in vain.
5, 6, 7 hitters coming to the plate for the Berries. Ethan Murdoch, Corey Waters, Rudy Gonzalez. Those 3 batters tonight, 0 for 6 so far against Bank. Great pitch there, just doesn't get the call out of Huck Craig.
Yeah, just missing the top of that zone. That's a good pitch from Bank. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes back to it in this at-bat.
So the count now 1-1 to Murdoch. This one hit hard and into the gap in left center. Mott's unable to get to it. That's going to roll to the wall. They're yelling at Murdoch to get on his horse and go to third. The play there sliding in, not in time, so Murdoch safe with a leadoff triple here in the top of the 6th.
Some pretty good speed, but that's an even better hit ball out into center. They were thinking 3 the moment that thing dropped right in front of the wall at the warning track, took a roll. Ian Mons with a good throw in, made it as tight as he could with that play over at third, but really nothing they could do, and now the Berries threaten once again.
Well, not just is this part of the lineup 0 for 6, 1 for 7 now, but before that hit, there was just one hit out of the bottom 5 guys in the lineup. All the damage had been done for the top 4 batters for Saskatoon. One-0 pitch now. This one's hit hard down the line, foul, as Murdoch was turning out of the way. That one only maybe a foot left of the third base line.
Certainly close.
This is Corey Waters, the two-way player. Batting .370 coming in. Sixth in the league in average. And also third in home runs. Ethan Menard, who's not in the lineup for Saskatoon tonight, leads both those categories. Most dangerous hitter in the league by far, but Corey Waters probably number 2. 2-2 pitch. Put into right field, slicing just foul as the wind probably maybe helped at least push that one right of the line.
Gusting a little bit more as we head to 8:30 p.m. local time here in Regina. Yeah, that one maybe a foot and a half towards that foul line.
So the count remains 2-2 for Corey Waters as he steps back in after the foul ball. Castellanos gives the sign. Here's the pitch from Bank. That one's hit high into left field. Going back on it is Tucker. It's at the wall, and it's over the wall. Corey Waters, another home run. 11th of the season. And just after Daniel Castellanos hit one over that exact part of the fence, Corey Waters follows suit.
He sees Castellanos and says, I can do that better. I know how to do it more than you. And he puts that one well over the left field wall, once again going into the wind. Just gets a piece of that one, and that's going to signal the end of the night for Bank after he allows that 2-run bomb, really well hit from one of the best hitters in this league.
So the 2-run home run puts Saskatoon out now by 4. It's 6-2. Xander Udisinger coming into the ballgame. We'll let him warm up and take a short break here on Flow Sports and be right back.
Started at $5,000, it's well north of that, and it all wraps up with the draw September the 1st. You don't want to miss out on your shot at a massive win. Tickets on sale by the merch trader. You can look for Kelly. He's wandering around with the bright dinosaur socks. Now pitching for the Regina Red Sox, from Regina, Saskatchewan, number 28, Xander Udisinger.
Regina's own Xander Udi Singer onto the mound for the Red Sox, and he comes in down 6-2 following the 2-run home run out of Corey Waters.
And that was on Colton Bank, who now his line is put away. He will have gone 5 full innings, allowing 6 runs for them earned, 7 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts to make way for the Regina product, making his 11th appearance of the year, 10th in relief, going 21 1/3, 16-6 strikeout to walk ratio, coming off a 6-3 win, where he got the win, going 5 innings, allowing only a run on 3 hits, and 2 earned unearned runs as well, a walk and 4 strikeouts.
Udi Singer 3-0 on the season with an ERA just over 5 in 10 games, 21 innings pitched, as you mentioned. The whip at 1.2, batters hitting 217 off of him. The on-base percentage for opponents is 323 with the slug at 271. For the Okanagan College Coyotes senior, coming to the end of his WCBL career. This his 57th all-time appearance. That includes 1 start in the playoffs back in 2023. This one hit into right field by Gonzalez. Making the grab is Jackson. Out number 1 against Xander Udi Singer.
It's going to be a big spot for the Regina defense, trying to get the reliever to know that they are behind them. And they don't have to worry about any more silly errors. So far, that outfield has been pretty locked down on both sides.
Xander has 123 innings pitched in the WCBL, a career 4.3 ERA. Has struck out 81 batters. He's given up just 118 hits, and he's walked just 50. That's less than half a walk per inning. Just a guy Regina fans has come to love in this Red Sox uniform. This one grounded hard. Brannigan dives at it, but it gets past the stretched arm of Brannigan. And Janner has his first hit tonight.
Fabulous effort from Brannigan. That was going to be a tough play if he fielded it or not. But just about half a foot away from getting that one in the glove, and Saskatoon look like they're not done.
Turner Zadunik in now, who prior to the triple by Murdoch was the last Barry to get a hit. And this one booted by Matthew Fox again. And the throw over to first is not in time. That is not what we're used to out of Matthew Fox. 3 errors in this ball game.
He has had an absolute night to forget. This has been a really poor performance from the shortstop Fox. And that one, I think he was thinking about too the moment he fielded it and thrown it over. Almost like he stopped when he realized he could make the play over to first, but the run well beaten out. And now there's 2 on.
Runner in scoring position now. Leadoff hitter Balin Sorensen in. Walked his last plate appearance and then came around to score in the 5th. He's also struck out twice. 0 for 2 on the night is Sorensen. Takes a first pitch strike. Down 0-1, 1 out as Xander steps off. Castellanos re-gives the sign. I would assume. With Janner back there at second. There's the look back and the pitch. Great one out of Xander Udi Singer as he jumps ahead 0-2.
Looking for that breaking ball in these first couple of batters there. He gets it towards the bottom of the zone.
Doesn't get the call there as Castellanos tried to give Huck Craig behind the plate a really good look at it. Just a little in, little low, but close. See what Udi Singer and Castellanos go to now. Here's the pitch. Similar spot. It gets past Castellanos, and the runners will advance. Now 2 runners in scoring position. I would expect that one to be a pass ball.
Feels like this a pretty critical point of the game. Red Sox aren't able to hold the Berries where they are. This one can get pretty ugly very quickly as time begins to wane down.
Well, in a team as good as Saskatoon, you cannot make one mistake because they will still beat you. The Red Sox tonight have made 4 or 5, and they're really paying for it. That one just misses, and after going ahead 0-2, Sorensen has worked the count back full.
Udi Zanger has been trying to hit that bottom inside corner. They'll maybe set up for it again.
Pitch low and in the dirt, and Sorensen will walk for a second straight at bat. And the bases are loaded for Mason Roel, who hit a home run last night. Oh for 3 this evening, though. Pitch there, swinging, squibbed, just foul.
I'll be very careful if I'm Udi Zanger about what I'm throwing in terms of breaking balls to the inside part to Roel. Hottest hitter in this Berries lineup in such a big situation. Just try to get something on the ground. That's optimal situationship.
Pitch here, that's put out into center field. Running back on into his right as Monty makes the grab, so it'll be a sac fly as the runners on second and third both advance. That brings Janner across the plate and moves Zadunik to third. Sorensen held up, and now the lead, 7-2. Saskatoon up 5.
Well, just as I was saying, something needs to be put on the ground. Roel smacks one super deep into center. I thought that one might have gone over the head of Montz if that didn't have as much carry as it did. They'll take the 1 run individually and really pour it on here in the 6th.
So charge the run to Xander Udi Singer. Hard hit here and into right center again. Montz moving to his left this time. Makes the grab. But the Red Sox fall behind even further with the Berries putting another 3 up on the board. 2 courtesy of the home run by Corey Waters. It's 7-2 Saskatoon. Bottom of the 6th inning when we come back on Flow Sports.
from Hurdlers on the mound for the Saskatoon Berries. In his last appearance, he got his lone win of the season in a 6-4 victory against the Moose Jaw Miller Express on the 26th of July. He allowed no runs on 2 hits, walking none, striking out 2 across 11 batters faced. And in his last appearance against the Red Sox on the July 5th 6-4 loss, he went 2 innings, allowing only 1 run on 5 hits and striking out 4.
And we close the book on Matt Whitney, who went 5 full, gave up 4 hits, a walk, struck out 7, 2 runs, both earned on 68 pitches. And leaves with the ability to earn his 7th win of the season. Martino hoping to hold this one down for the time being. Big swing on a Raphael Jackson, who leads things off. The count 1-1 to Jackson. Matthew Fox and Brady Bye also due up to come to the plate this inning.
I find that pitch count number very interesting for Wheatley. Only getting into the 60s and being pulled in the 7-2 ball game. I'd imagine that's just for a energy conservation, injury risk. Just giving your proven reliever the opportunity to get some holds and carry the rest of this one.
Counts 2-2 now to Jackson. Takes a ball. Count full now. Martina with the pitch. Swinging. It's popped into center field. Going back, chasing it a long ways. It's near the wall. It's going to bounce over the wall. A home run by Kenny Jackson as the ball is soaring out of the ballpark tonight.
Well, if you're wanting to start a rally, that's how you do it. One of your more experienced bats, Raphael Jackson, going back into the lineup this week, hits one in one of the hardest parts of the ballpark to get it. That's in right center. Talked about how close right field is. Right center, quite the opposite. Wind looked like it carried it, and it looked like Jammer was under it for at least a couple seconds before he realized that one over his head, and that makes this one a little bit more interesting.
Know how hard it is to hit a home run to that part of the field? I did not think that was going out, if you couldn't tell. And then on the very next pitch, Matthew Fox grounds back to the pitching mound for out number 1. Brady Bye, 0 for 2, struck out twice. Third plate appearance, takes a pitch inside, ball number 1. So now 2 straight innings for Regina where a home run has been hit, but unfortunately for the Red Sox, who need to put some runs on the board, both solo shots. That one low and inside, says Huck Craig. Ball number 2.
I feel like maybe with the reliever now on and a little bit of nerves in him, Regina can afford to take some pitches and walk some batters and just be patient in these plate appearances.
Spy lines that one hard and foul off the screen right next to that Berries dugout. I think Bye is happy to see a different arm than Matt Whitney on the plate, or on the mound rather. Bye at the plate. Already the swings he's put together in this at-bat and the way he's seeing the ball, much better than his first 2.
Protecting a lot better. It feels like that the reliever Cleavert is throwing a little bit more fastballs towards the zone.
2-2 pitch popped into foul territory. Roel going over, but he's going to let it drop out of play as Bai continues this at bat. 3 straight foul balls out of tonight's designated hitter for Regina and Bai. Well, the 2-2 pitch once again. That one put in play, or at least more playable. Roel just on the dirt in foul territory makes the grab. And Bai, despite seeing the ball a little bit better, same result. He's walking back to the dugout on and out.
But still a pretty fantastic at bat from Brady Bai. 4 straight foul balls, able to protect the plate like a good DH would.
Ian Mott's also 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Him and Bai combining for 4 of the 7 which Matt Whitney accumulated tonight. And of course, they're both lefty batters as well. And Motts fouls the first pitch off. This one's hard hit into right field. That'll roll to the wall. That's extra bases for Ian Motts. And the right fielder, Murdoch, isn't able to pick it up. Sliding in time. Not Ian Motts. For sure a double, but he's on third.
I think that one might be a trouble. He was thinking 3 pretty much the moment that one hit the wall. Murdoch had trouble fielding it. He's been busy over and right, but man, Mons was on his horse. You don't see too many hard hit balls coming out of 26's bat. He's usually hustling around. That one was a combination of both. And Regina are threatening 2 outs.
Score it a triple for Ian Motts as he went flying out of the box, showing off the wheels. We know he has him. And for the Red Sox, 3 hits in their last 2 innings. At the plate now, all extra bases, 2 homers and a triple. And in a field, or at least a ballpark, which draws a ton of doubles, not a single double tonight for the Red Sox. Tough swing there out of James Wright. Evens the count at 2. In fact, we've had 2 triples now and just the 1 double. 3 home runs all night long. Right, even 1-1 swinging at the pitch in the dirt to go down 1-2. Great pitch there out of Martina.
Yeah, now he's trying to work the breaking ball, dripping over the zone, forcing these batters to get some kind of a swing on it.
1-2 pitch now as Martina looks over at Motts at third, and down goes James Wright. Wright swinging at the breaking ball once again. And the Red Sox leave a runner in scoring position, but they do add a run off the bat of Raphael Jackson, who hit a long fly ball out to right center field. And the score is now 7-3. Red Sox hoping to keep it a 4-run lead with the Berries coming to bat. We'll be right back after the break. Oh. Is that Fortin?
39.
Oh, Kaufman.
39.
Yep. 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 Back inside Curry Field here, top of the 7th. Saskatoon coming back to the plate with a 7-3 lead. Regina able to get another run up on the board courtesy of Raphael Jackson, and the Red Sox will make a pitching change. Another Regina kid coming up to the mound. It's Lucas Kaufman, the lefty out of UBC, the UBC commit. Last pitch back on, this is his first pitching appearance. I believe he came in as a pinch runner, oddly enough, against Moose Jaw back on July 21st. But first time on the mound in the WCBL for Lucas Kaufman. SPBL pitcher. As this one bunted by Hudson, and he reaches. Just hear the groan of the fans. Red Sox looking to just stay in this ball game. Within 4 is close. Ethan Murdoch coming in, 1 for 3, hit a triple and then came around to score last inning. As part of that 2-run home run by Corey Waters, we have a look over at first. Hudson back standing up. Saw you deep into the research there, Elliot. What were you able to find on young Lucas Kaufman?
Well, I found out as runner going.
Great pitch to run on by Hudson was called the ball. So the count 1-1 now with Hudson standing on second with a stolen base, his second stolen base tonight.
Well, I found a lot of stuff that we kind of already know. UBC commit, left-handed pitcher from Martin Academy, coming into this game at 18 years old. Also listed at secondary position as a first baseman. We do have some of his numbers concerning his pitches. His fastball has a velocity of 84, changeup 75, curveball 63.
Standard fastball, changeup, curveball type pitcher.
He was part of a couple of Scout Day events in 2023 and 24, including the Going Yard Academy Scout Day and the 18U Best of the West.
This one fouled off by Murdoch towards the Red Sox dugout along the ground. Two-two pitch out of the lefty Kaufman coming up. Another runner in scoring position for Saskatoon. This one hit, and that's a base hit for Murdoch. Rounding third is Hudson. No play available there, so he'll walk across. RBI single for Ethan Murdoch. Second hit, first RBI for the right fielder.
Job for Murdoch, good jump by the runner. And you kind of get the feeling the way this game is going, if it's going to be 1 step forward for the Sox, 2 steps forward for the Berries, that one might put this game a little bit out of reach.
5 runs with 3 half innings for the Red Sox to be able to score runs seems a little bit insurmountable. Not impossible. But the Red Sox, or rather the Berries, have not been giving up those kind of numbers this season. The Berries have scored the most runs in at least the East Division. I'm fairly certain the entire league, but their pitching staff has given up the fewest runs all year. And their defense does not make a ton of mistakes either. Waters down 0-2. Hit that 2-run home run last inning. Similar situation to this, although it was Murdoch on second. Or rather, sorry, Hudson. No, I was right. Murdoch was on third after the triple. That's what happened. As Waters fouls this one off to the right. Count remains 0-2. Pitch there, grounded up the middle to Matthew Fox. Fox flips it over, but that's the only play as they do get Murdoch at second. There's the defense we're used to out of Matthew Fox.
Yeah, flashy from Fox. It won't make up for the other errors in this game, but it'll certainly be a help to put the lead runner away.
Rudy Gonzalez, the catcher for Saskatoon, 0 for 3 tonight. Still yet to get a hit in a game against the Regina Red Sox. It's been tough sledding for him as well. Big swing, foul tipped into the glove for strike number 2. Oh for 3 tonight, was 0 for 4 last night in his last 5 games, including tonight. 3. Oh, and Kaufman just had a balk get called. That's the first balk we've seen in Curry Field, or at least I've seen in Curry Field this year. That pitch high moves the count to 1-2. Of course, with the balk, no pitch.
I think Kaufman kind of, his nerves, I feel like, are starting to get the better of him here in his first appearance.
Sorry, just to finish that thought on Gonzalez, 3 for his last 17 in his last 5 games, including tonight. So that one's low off of Castellanos behind the plate. The wild pitch following the balk now has a runner on third for the young lefty. Tough situation for this kid in right now. It's a tough league for 18-year-old pitchers. The hitting as there we go. The great pitch out of Lucas Kaufman as he just said, screw this off-speed stuff. Let's throw a fastball right by a guy.
Looked like his better stuff was his fastball. Was able to get it high in the zone, and he's on the verge of limiting the damage in what would be, to him, I'm sure morally he'd be let down a little bit, but I'm sure the coaches would be pretty impressed with the outing he's put up.
Hopefully a little bit of a confidence boost for the kid as now draws in Evan Janner. First pitch ball. Comfortable night here at in Regina here at Curry Field. Gets the called strike on the outer part there. The sun has drawn behind the clouds. It was a really cloudy night all night long, so we didn't get a great little sunset tonight, I thought. We've had a couple good ones. Is this one grounded all along the ground to Brannigan, who brings it into the glove. Makes the throw in time, a short one. And the Berries bring another one across the board. It now is 8-3. 5-run lead for Saskatoon. We'll stretch here at Curry Field and be right back here on Flow Sports.
So we're going to have to get you up here. And
New pitcher.
37.
Rude.
Bye-bye.
See the new pitcher?
John Cleary Field is sounded like $1 million. Of course, with inflation, that's about $6, but still, that's not the point. How about a Go Red Sox Go? Section A and B. Go Red Sox Go. That's pretty good, A and B. Okay, C and D, what can you do? Go Red Sox Go. Section E and everybody behind the visitors bench, we gotta make this one right here. Go Red Sox Go. That's not bad. That's pretty good. Way to go, Cleveland. Give yourselves a round of applause.
New pitcher into the ball game here as we head to the bottom of the 7th for Saskatoon. It's the righty out of Colby Community College and Munster, Saskatchewan, Dallin Rood.
3-0 on the season across 11 relief appearances. This will be number 12. 3.15 ERA. Does have a save to his name. 19-4 strikeout to walk ratio across 20 innings pitched. His last game was on the 24th of July in a 9-0 win against Swift Current, where he went 2 innings, allowing no runs and 3 hits, a strikeout across 9 batters.
Throws a first pitch strike in there to Daniel Castellanos, who hit that long solo home run last plate appearance out into left field, into the wind. On any night, that swing by Daniel Castellanos was going to warrant a home run, I'm sure. This one off the glove of Rood at the mound, and it bounces right over to the second baseman, Medina, who's able to complete the putout. First time Castellanos has been set down this evening.
A big spot with the first batter that Rood will face. Trying to get his bearings. Rood has won every single game he's been a part of this season. He has not pitched in a Barry's loss, which I feel like you can say for a lot of players wearing blue.
Also grounded right back to the mound by Jordan Tucker. Quick out number 2, and the Red Sox are running out of outs. They're running out of time, and history for Saskatoon close, within grasp.
And it is right on the doorstep. I think they can feel it. That's why I think we're getting these calls to the bullpen. They want to make sure this win, this moment, and this spot in the books is really secured.
This one hit into right field. Under it is Murdoch, who makes the grab after calling everybody off. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning here. And the score remains 8-3. Top half of the 8th inning. 2 innings to go here at Curry Field. We'll be right back.
Still Kaufman.
Interesting.
All right, folks, we've got a 50-50 here tonight. This is for a take-home of $872.50. The lucky number is SXC 100098. That's SXC 100098. $872.50. If that is your lucky number, take it to the ticket booth. Thank you, and congratulations.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Top of the 8th inning here at Curry Field in Regina. The Regina Red Sox are falling out of this game. It's 8-3. Saskatoon back up to the plate. First pitch is booted once again. The 4th error Matthew Fox has committed tonight.
I mean, it's getting bad to worse for Fox over at short. I almost consider if Patakos is wondering about a position change, and I mean, with the game kind of at the point it is, it wouldn't seem that out of reach. But man, Fox really, really bad game defensively. Just when he's getting good with the bat, man, his work with the glove has been just awful tonight.
Had only committed 9 errors all season, and he's committed already 4 tonight to increase that total to 13. The fielding percentage was .935. For the everyday shortstop. And Matthew Fox. I mean, you did mention it off the hop of the broadcast. It was a long game last night. Maybe just a little tired. He's been out at short a lot. And there's been a lot of baseball for Regina. Maybe just all of that culminating into a little bit of fatigue. And there, too, the mistakes. This one fouled back to the screen by Sorensen. Fielding percentage for Matthew Fox tonight, .429. Called strike 2 out of Huck Craig as Sorensen thought it was a ball. He was halfway to first, had tossed the bat, thought he had drew the walk.
Yeah, and this Curryfield crowd draws a bit of amusement from that as he left to take a payoff pitch.
So the count now full. Off of first is Turner Zadunik after he reached on the air. Second time he's done so. As that ball is high and away, and Sorensen finally gets his walk. 3rd straight walk in 3 straight plate appearances for Sorensen after he struck out his first 2 times to the plate. Now, if you're looking at Matthew Fox making 4 errors, do you give him an entire day off tomorrow, or do you use him as a DH? What does manager Elliot Wagner say?
Well, I feel like you got a good amount of bats coming off the bench, like Castellanos. I like Jackson should you need to shift that outfield around, so I feel like maybe using him as a DH would be a waste to the reliable defensive abilities of Fox. Obviously tonight a bit of a blip on that radar. I feel like sitting him down in a game where you're going to play Saskatoon again, they've already seen you once. They've already unleashed their bullpen against your entire team, including Fox. They've already seen where he's good and where he's bad, and it's a game that in all likelihood no one's playing for anything, minus securing a playoff position that can be secured outside that game. So I'd say giving him the rest for that game and then playing him in Saskatoon would be a good call, but I'm sure whatever Coach Rapathakos has in mind will be just fine.
Called strike after 3 straight balls against Mason Rowell. Rowell is 0 for 3 tonight. Did have a sac fly back in the 6th. Last plate appearance was drove in a run. And that one's outside to load the bases. And what do you do here as it continues to go from bad to worse?
Well, I was pretty surprised that they sent out Kaufman for another inning. He got pretty beaten up in the last one. I thought that if he were to come out, that he'd be pretty respectable. But as we get this pitching meeting on the mound from Stephen Butts. Feels like Kaufman has struggled to even get his foot in the door here.
Well, after more than 1,000 patrons entered the ballpark last night, more than 1,300 at Curry Field tonight. A great crowd who have been into this ball game. Yes, there are some Saskatoon Berry fans in the stands, but that's okay. All welcome here.
Yeah, they definitely travel well, especially across Saskatchewan, Dewberry's fans. Pretty impressive.
8-3 ball game, top of the 8th, bases loaded. In steps the number 3 hitter, Abia Medina. Great pitch there, much better out of Lucas Kaufman. 2 straight walks out of the lefty Kaufman, but now you got the lefty on lefty matchup, more favorable. This one's hit into right field. Going back on it is Jackson. He makes the grab. All 3 runners will move on the grab, but running back to first is Rowell. Across the plate is Zadunik, and Sorensen also advancing. Another run on the board. It's now 9-3 Saskatoon.
Well, Medina knew what he needed to do. Just get under it, get contact. Don't get it into shallow right, and pulls it pretty deep. Well read there from Jackson, trying to make the throw on the run, as you see a lot of right fielders and such try to do that.
There goes the runner, but it's fouled into the Red Sox bullpen in right field. There is some work going on out there. Nathan Houston, who's at the plate, 2 for 4 with 2 singles. He's also reached on an error and then struck out. He has also driven in a run. Check swing, ground ball. Play it home in time as James Wright makes the great decision to get Sorensen sliding at the plate, and Castellanos with a great tag to finish it off.
That's really good work from Wright. Not even thinking about maybe turning 2, which he had the time for, but I don't think the return throw would have had time for, and limits the score. And that's a really good play from a first baseman who usually doesn't have to make those throws.
Great play out of James Wright. And the runner was moving on that pitch as well, ahead 9-3 in the ball game.
Yeah, Rowell tried running over from first to second. One was fouled off. Now he's trying to go from second to third. Another one's fouled off. He is getting his cardio in at a good 9:30 this evening.
So 0-1 pitch to Ethan Murdoch. This one popped foul into the seats. And Kaufman ahead 0-2 now. The Berries to this point of the ball game, 9 runs on 10 hits, while Regina 3 runs on 6 hits. And that's a base hit into right field. Finds the second base hole. They'll wave the runner around third. Rowell comes across to score. Hudson moves up the base on the RBI single by Ethan Murdoch.
Jackson thought about throwing that one and kind of double clutched, realized that would have wrecked the forced opportunity here. And now I believe, barring a miraculous comeback, that is probably going to be putting this one out of reach.
Corey Waters, who had a 2-run home run back in the 6th inning, drawing back in. Waters just 1 for 4 tonight. Did reach on a fielder's choice last plate appearance. And then was stranded at third after advancing to second on a balk, and a wild pitch got him over to third. Great first pitch out of Kaufman in this at-bat to Waters. That home run was Waters' 11th on the season. And I should also make note, too, that game on Friday night in Swift Current, which the score has not been inputted. The stats are also not available from that game, so
I believe that was an 8-4 Saskatoon win.
yes, that was. I know what the score was. I have no idea how it happened.
No.
So if Corey Waters hit a home run that night, then
Do you want to pretend he did? And just say
I mean, it's more than likely that it's very possible that he did. So if there's anybody from the Swift Current 57s who maybe want to input that scorecard into the point streak, we would thoroughly enjoy it. It is also thrown off the win number because it is at 44. This one into right field, popped up. Calling everybody off is the second baseman, Brannigan, who's able to make the grab for out number 3, but the Berries do put up another 2 on the scoreboard. It's now 10-3 Saskatoon. Regina looking for a miracle. 6 outs remaining. We'll be back after the break. Two runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on.
We got a chance for you to run the bases. The kids can run the bases with Slider coming up at the end of the game, and we are going to crown the fan of the game coming up at the bottom of the game. Appreciate you doing a great job in field level. Bottom of the 8th inning brought to you by Western and Lutheran. Give them a call, 306-525-8796 for all your greensy needs. That's where you go. Was it something I said? I've been very pleasant for the last 3-4 weeks.
fire drill. Is there a fire drill? Is there a fire drill?
Regina down to their final 6 outs here on a Thursday night affair between the rivals Saskatoon Berries, Regina Red Sox. 10-3 ball game. The 8th inning was the big one last night for Regina, looking for the same as Rowell fires that one over in time to get Simard to his first pitch swing. And Simard 0 for 4 now on the night.
Tough play for Rowell, but he makes a fantastic running snag with the glove. You see a lot of kids trying to barehand those, knowing that one's going to be a tighter play over at first. Able to do it with the glove for the first out.
Raphael Jackson back in, 4th plate appearance of the night after hitting that home run to right center field that fooled me. Kind of got into the lights, I couldn't see it, and then the wind, which is kind of pushing the ball over to right field, just helping that one get out. Deepest part of the ballpark is right center. Fouls that one off and out of play. That moves the count to 1-2. Regina just 6 hits to this point of the ball game, albeit 3 extra base hits. But the last 5 batters have all been set packing. Breaking back ground ball. Over to Medina, makes the play. Out number 2. Now just 4 outs remaining for Regina. So far, the difference, it seems, has been the capitalization on mistakes from the Saskatoon side, but also Regina making those mistakes. It's Matthew Fox swinging big there. I think he's trying to get rid of that 4-error night. Total tonight, Regina has committed 5 errors.
Yeah, and Rude is just blowing these by Fox. Might go breaking ball here to the inside.
Fox able to lay off that one. Still can't do too much in this situation. Got to string some hits together to at least make something happen. Home run would be nice, but it doesn't tie the ball game. This one dribbled right back to not Martina on the mound. Brood is on the mound. And it's a 1-2-3 inning on 3 ground outs. And now Saskatoon just an inning away from breaking the WCBL wins record. The 9th inning still to come here on Flow Sports. We'll be right back. Three ground balls, all softly hit.
Who is this?
Who is this? Who is this?
30-something. 34, looks like.
Haspis.
Go. Haspis. Oh, White Butte guy. I did their PA this year. He's pretty good.
Haspis.
Just a little bit, I remember.
Aiden Page. Is Aiden Page playing tonight? I think I saw him in the bullpen. He's warming up. That's what's going on. Hey, we've got a nice little prize here from the Regina Red Sox. Come here, Bill. Big round of applause for Aaron.
Back inside Curry Field, top of the 9th inning. Saskatoon coming back to the plate. Leading off is Rudy Gonzalez, but he'll face off against a new arm. It's Pilot Butte's Nico Haspis.
Yeah, Haspis, the White Butte Bronco product from the Saskatchewan Premier Baseball League. Played a lot, as you usually do in junior baseball. Kind of play around the diamond. Also played a decent amount on the mound. So making his first appearance in a big spot.
Gonzalez is 0 for 4 tonight. Ahead 0-2 here against the young righty. Campbell High School goes Haspis. Get a little bit of work here and see how the young man does. For Lucas Kaufman, he went 2 full, gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, struck out a batter, gave up 3 runs, just one of them earned on 42 pitches. This one popped high into the night sky, into right field. Jackson will call off Brannigan to make the grab. Out number 1 for Haspis. Evan Janner, 5th plate appearance. Janner has been dangerous against Regina. 6 for 14 in 4 games. 1 for 4 tonight, though. So make that 7 for 18. Just the 1 extra base hit. Had walked 3 times, struck out twice coming in. Pitches outside, counts 1-1. Called strike number 2. Gets Hassipis ahead in the count. Showing some good stuff is the 18-year-old. Late in this ball game. And that's a called strike 3. Fastball on the outer half. Gets Janner looking. First strikeout of your WCBL career, Nico Hassipis.
That's a pretty special one. I'm not sure Janner liked the call, but 7-run advantage. You kind of just take that one on the chin and walk back.
2 WCBL firsts out of Regina pitchers. Of course, Kaufman getting his first strikeout in the 7th inning when he struck out Gonzalez. And now Hassipis trying to go 1-2-3 here, facing the number 9 hitter, Turner Sadunik. That one's hit into left field. Base hit down the line. He's going to make a big turn at first and then immediately hold things up. Second hit of the evening for Turner Zadunik, but the 4th time he's been on base.
Only been put out once, a struggling batter, but kind of putting up a good performance here towards the end of the year.
So Balin Sorensen will get one more plate appearance tonight. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, 3 walks, and that one just hit him on the elbow. They're calling it a. Oh, no, he's making his way over. Got a little confused there. So now Sorensen aboard for his 4th time tonight, despite not getting a hit. Saskatoon with just 12 hits tonight. And now Mason Roel, who's also 0 for, but has come around to score once. He's also drove in a run. Pitch there high. Ball number 1 evens the count at 1. Roel also a beneficiary of a Matthew Fox error earlier tonight. That one had him well off balance. Great pitch out of Hassipis.
He's getting him swinging on those breaking balls. He's getting contact out of play on the fast ones. So Hassipis, obviously the 2 base runners, but a pretty good opening appearance.
That one fouled back. Count remains 1-2. One-two pitch, put in play, hit out to center field. Mott's going back on it. He's got a bead, makes the grab. And the Berries strand 2, but the score is a 7-run lead for Saskatoon. Regina will try to make this one a little bit closer. 10-3 Berries, bottom of the 9th, as this one draws to near a close.
Bill Rude.
Third inning of work for Rude. That'll The rally caps are on, bottom of the ninth inning. The Red Sox down 7 with just 3 outs remaining in this ball game to try and somehow tie and maybe even win this ball game. They would have to bat around and then some, I think. This one dribbled down the line. It's off the first base bag, and able to make the play is Waters, who underhands it to Dallin Rude for out number 1. And that's just the kind of night it's been at the plate for Regina.
Kind of night for Regina, kind of night for Swift Current, or excuse me, Saskatoon. They're playing the farthest thing from Swift Current. Just able to capitalize on their opportunities and things kind of rolling their way. I mean, I don't want to say that's been the way it's been all year, but they've taken advantage of opportunities and they've managed their own to have the berries, and that's why they're only a couple outs and a strike away from securing a spot in the books.
This one inside. Mott's moving out of the way a little bit. Moves the count to 1-2. This one hit hard into center field. Going back is Janner. It's over his head. Lands on the ground. Motts is going to take a big turnaround second. They'll hold him up at third. A stand-up, 1-out triple here in the bottom of the ninth.
A second triple of the day for Montz.
And that gets the Curry Field faithful on their feet late.
I mean, a runner at 90 feet away is going to do that. He's had a good day, has Montz. He's made some plays out in the center on the run. There, speaking of run, he's done a lot of that around the base paths.
But unfortunately for Ian Mott's, the last triple he had, he was stranded there. As this one hits James Wright, and for the first time tonight, Wright will get on base. And those are the kind of things that need to happen for Regina to maybe get close in this. Just maybe. And Daniel Castellanos, who has already hit a home run tonight, he's 2 for 3, a single and then a solo shot back in the 5th. That one hits Castellanos as well, off the elbow, and then it also looked like it caught Gonzalez in a weird spot after the fact, and so we might have a little bit of a delay here. But 2 straight hit batters, and the bases are loaded following the triple. Now it's interesting. Still, a home run here doesn't tie the ball game. As Carnegie coming out here to talk with Rude. And for Jordan Tucker, who's 0 for 3 tonight, a base hit here or a drawn walk would definitely change the perception of his evening.
Yeah, and changed the morale about how this game is going.
Soft contact out of Tucker really all night. Couple fly balls and then a ground out to the pitcher. Last plate appearance back in the 7th, that was. He was the second batter to face Rude. This one hit up the middle, bouncer. Second baseman Medina will take it to the bag himself, and then the throw over to Waters is in time. It's a game-ending double play, and the Saskatoon Berries are in the history books. 45-win season, a new WCBL record for the Saskatoon Berries in just their second year in the league.
I mean, this franchise has seen, it got off to a pretty fantastic start last year, and it's just been exceptional on the turn. And now they've deserved the spot they are. Still have a couple more games to kind of improve on that record, which is crazy to think about. But man, Saskatoon Berries are going to be a team that's remembered forever, and now they have a number next to their name for that reason.
And I think you could tell by the reaction to that, they do not care that they just broke the record. They have much bigger goals in mind.
Yeah, there's some couple of hugs, couple of handshakes, couple of jumping on the back. They certainly know, and they're certainly happy about it, but, you know, breaking records is not winning trophies. You know, getting your name in the history books is not getting your name engraved on a diamond ring. You know, that comes towards the end of August. So they got a couple more weeks to work. They got a couple more games to finish.
So the 45th win of the season for Saskatoon moves the 2024 Sylvan Lake Gulls out of that record-holding spot. Last year they won 44 games. And it appears, at least this year, with Saskatoon still with 4 games remaining, may still add to that total.
Yeah, that's just absurd for a team that's been dominated by Alberta teams for years, that a upstart expansion club from Saskatoon can come up and do the kind of damage they're doing. It's really great.
So charge the win to Matt Whitney. The loss goes to Colton Bank, and then Dallin Rude, who pitches 3 full at the end of this ball game, gets a save. As the Berries defeat the Red Sox on 10 runs, 11 hits. They did not commit an error, but they did leave 10 runners on, while Regina, 3 runs on just 7 hits. They committed 5 errors and left 6 runners on. In a game which took under 3 hours. You can do it. 10-3 the final for Saskatoon. A historic night here at Curry Field, and we'll do it again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, right here on Flow Sports. These Berries and Red Sox will match up once again. For Elliot Wagner, I'm Donovan Mace. Thank you so much for joining us on Flow Sports in partnership with IKS Media. That is all we have for tonight. We'll see you next time. Have a great night, everyone.